Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with a video on Close His Toilet. This was a demand from Veselin Topalov in the reunification match for the World Championship against Vladimir Kramnik in 2006. I'm recording this video as part of the countdown towards the World Championship match 2021 between World Champion Magnus Carlsen from Norway and his challenger Jan Nepomniachtchi from Russia. As I'm recording this video, the match is only 7 days away. The sense of anticipation is almost unbearable. Okay, let's briefly go back to September 2006. Topalov thought Kramnik was getting assistance from a computer in his toilet. The toilet that was attached to his resting area. An outrageous accusation not based on any facts, but it worked. Kramnik's toilet was closed and that caused Kramnik not to show up for Game 5. At that time Kramnik led the match by 3 points to 1. And as he lost Game 5 by forfeit, his lead was now only 1 point. A miracle happened as Kramnik did show up for Game 6 and played on under protest, although it was not clear what that meant. In the end, after many adventures, the match was tied 6-6 after 12 games. And Kramnik won the rapid tiebreak 2.5, 1.5. Justice was done. That meant that Kramnik was now the undisputed world champion, as the 2006 match was a reunification between the FIDE world champion Topalov and the classical world champion Kramnik. In this video I will show you the last few moves of the decisive game, the fourth rapid game. But before we do that, let's look at a little bit of footage from that last game. The position on the board is after the 41st move, rook b5 back to b3 from Kramnik. Kramnik is white, Topalov is black, and if we do a body count we see that white is a pawn up. In fact, he has two passed pawns on the queen side, they're not connected. Black has an extra pawn on the king side, but that pawn is on e6, far away from the promotion square. White is better with his extra pawn, and also black's bishop is out of the game. But there's no forced win, white will have to show good technique to make progress. King c6 was played by Topalov and Kramnik gave a check. King dropped back again, and now king f2, a very nice move to take bishop d3 out of the position. Black was threatening to play bishop d3 with the king still on g1, then this bishop would have been pinned. This way Kramnik keeps black's bishop out of the game. Topalov gave a check. King went up the board and Kramnik's second, Yevgeny Bareyev, gives a sample variation in a matchbook starting with e5, and he says black will suffer a slow death. But in the game Topalov blundered. He thought that he could take that pawn on c5 with the tactic, as now the rook on b6 is unprotected. But the tactic doesn't work. If you have not seen this game yet and you want to put the video on pause and look for yourself what is the refutation of grabbing that pawn on c5, let's see if you can find it. Kramnik found it with very little time on the clock. The refutation, the only refutation of that move is rook b7 check. And here actually Topalov resigned because he's going to lose a rook. Let's look at the variations. If you take that rook, then white first takes on c5 with check. The king has to play, and then you take on b7, and black does not have time to take the rook because then the pawn will promote. So black will have to take the pawn, and then white is a rook up. Is that the only variation? No, there's one other one. After rook b7 check you can also try king d6, but then also rook takes c5 comes, and you don't have time to take on c5 because then white will take on a7, and if you take on b7, then a takes b7 happens again, and once more you don't have time to take the rook on c5 as the pawn will promote. And after 13 long years the Chess World Championship was reunified again. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll keep counting down towards the start of the 2021 match with me. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you like the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.